Microphone check, microphone check. Sounds like we're sending. It's the Ozark Mountain Ducks, the Republic Locos. Grip and Rip Baseball is back. The road to the Howard Bell Trophy and ultimate glory in the Grip and Rip Baseball League is often one that is rocky, winding, and uphill most of the way. 6 teams hit the turning point today, live from Sky Bacon Stadium in this GRBL Sunday triple header, and it begins with the 1 and 2 Republic Locos taking on the 1 and 2 Ozark Mountain Ducks. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Rance, and we welcome you to sunny Ozark, Missouri, Sky Bacon Stadium, the home to the 6-team site-specific Grip and Rip Baseball League. Ozark Mountain Ducks and Republic Locos both ride into today's game fresh off of wins prior to the Labor Day holiday break. In a very interesting twist to today's action, all 3 games in today's triple header are non-divisional games. So these teams will not be going up against any division rivals today, but these games are very important. When you only play a 7-game regular season, everything absolutely matters. And all of these games today could affect playoff seeding or even whether or not a team is able to achieve a division win and a first-round bye in the very important Howard Bell Trophy playoffs coming up in October. But first things first, Locos and Mountain Ducks. Republic comes into today's game 1 and 2, having upset the Nixa Suckers a week ago. in what was a pretty big victory and a fine pitching performance from Ethan Stenger. More on him in a moment. But the Locos, 1-2, they've scored 12 runs and allowed 16. They are currently third in the three-team GRBL North behind Springfield and Moon City. Ozark Mountain Ducks managed to climb out of the basement last week by defeating the Branson Showmen 12-6 behind a great performance from the Marionville Comet, Skylar Hinson. So Ozark is 1-2, having scored 21 runs and giving up a league high 40. So the Mountain Ducks have got to shore up some defense today against the Railmen. Both teams are going to be a little bit short-handed. Let's meet the starters. First, for the Locos, they will be the visitors on the scoreboard today. They will lead off with the GRBL Hall of Famer at shortstop. That is Caleb Cole. Batting second in center field, wears number 3 out of Waynesville, Missouri, the lone officer, Trent Simpson. Batting third and playing third base, wears number 6, Ben Van Gorp. Batting fourth from Salem, Missouri, number 13, the first baseman, John Arts. Batting fifth is the designated hitter. He wears number 17. That's Drew Noble. Batting in the sixth spot from Waynesville, Missouri, he's the second baseman, number 4, Trey Simpson. Hitting seventh is the extra hitter, wears number 5 at 52 years old. That's the Todd father, Todd Tolbert. Batting in the 8th spot and doing the catching, going behind the plate for the first time since GRBL Season 2, I believe. That's the Locos player manager, Chris Mesa. Batting in the 9th spot is the right fielder from Reed Spring, Missouri, number 10, Jacob Wright. And batting 10th is the left fielder. He wears number 8. That's Daryl Neighbors. Starting on the mound today for the Republic Locos is a right-hander who now lives in Lamar, Missouri, but he is originally out of St. Louis, where he went to Melville High School. Played 2 years at Southwest Baptist University and 2 years at Missouri Southern State. That is Ethan Stenger. So the lineup for the Locos: Cole, Trent Simpson, Van Gorp, Arts, Noble, Trey Simpson, Tolbert, Mesa, Wright, and Neighbors, with the battery mates being the catcher Chris Mesa, receiving from the big 6'6" right-hander Ethan Stenger. Ozark Mountain Ducks down a few men today, including their everyday manager, Austin Kendrick, with a family emergency. He will be out of the lineup, so for one day only at least, the manager of the Ducks will be the godfather, the founder of the Grip and Rip Baseball League, Tony Lewis. Mountain Ducks will lead off with their second baseman out of Springfield, Missouri, the IT professional, Zach Ralph. Batting second is the shortstop, number 11, the Marionville Comet, Skylar Hinson. Batting third is the first baseman. He's number 14 out of Republic, Missouri, Justin Parker. Batting fourth is the third baseman, number 16, David Edwards. Batting fifth, the left fielder. He wears number 8, originally from St. Charles, Missouri, Kyle Carpenter. In the sixth spot is the U.S. Army veteran from Willard, Missouri, wears number 1, the catcher Devin Phillips. Hitting seventh, wearing number 7, is the pitcher out of Sleeper, Missouri, Seth Burns. Batting eighth, he wears number 6. He's the center fielder, Thomas McFarland. Batting ninth, wearing number 9, the right fielder out of Blue Eye, Missouri, Marquise Goad. And batting 10th, the extra hitter. He's number 12, originally from Jefferson City, Missouri, Nick Bacon. So it will be Ralph, Hinson, Parker, Edwards, Carpenter, Phillips, Burns, McFarland, Goad, and Bacon for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Battery mates, Devin Phillips, the old mainstay, the electrician, receiving balls and strikes from number 7, the beef cattle farmer, Seth Burns. Pretty good group today as we take a quick check of the weather. I'll tell you this, it's absolutely beautiful out there today in Ozark, Missouri. Right now our temperature 77 degrees. Forecasted high is going to be 82. We should get to 81 about the time that this game concludes. Winds just barely out of the north and east, 1 to 3 miles per hour at maximum. It's going to be a very still day with just a few high clouds, but abundant sunshine. And looking at the barometer, it's hanging well above 30 inches of mercury. Should do that all day, so absolutely nothing in the way of precipitation in the forecast. It has been dry this past week, really, in Ozark, Missouri, dry and hot. And so the turf will react accordingly today. I took a walk out on the turf prior to the game just to get a feel for what the track was like. It's dry, and it's going to be a very, very fast track today. So should favor some favorable bounces, should give base runners ample footing, and the outfielders are going to have a lot of roaming to do on a day like today. So absolutely beautiful weather. If you're thinking about coming out for the 3 o'clock or the 6 o'clock game, you should absolutely do that tonight. Coming up at 3, we've got the Branson Showmen taking on the Moon City Mavericks. And then 6 o'clock baseball night in the Ozarks game ought to be a barn burner. It is the 2 division leaders. You've got the Springfield Metropolitans 2-1 out of the GRBL North, and the Nixa Suckers 2-1 in the GRBL South. Both of those clubs got off to great first halves of the season, and we've got some very, very tasty baseball coming up tonight at 6. Weather's going to be beautiful for that game. Temperature will be about 80 at first pitch, cooling down to around 70 degrees by the time it's over. So if you've never been to the GRBL before, you've never come out and seen US Baseball Park, and you've thought to yourself, I always want to go see these guys play, today is an ample day to do that. Week 4 of the Grip and Rip Baseball League's 7-week regular season is coming at you on the other side of this break. Back with the first pitch right after this.
Redline Athletics is the Ozark's #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Just about to get underway here at Sky Bacon Stadium. Republic Locos taking on the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Both of these clubs 1 and 2 headed into today's non-divisional matchup that's going to get us started officially with the second half of the GRBL season following the Labor Day break. Mountain Ducks are the home club, so they are in the field to get us going. Running about 10 minutes behind here, I think by the time all is said and done. Mound man for the Mountain Ducks today, the right-hander out of Sleeper, Missouri, 31-year-old Seth Burns. Played his high school baseball at Stoutland. Pretty strong, historically strong, I should say, Class 1 program. And then Seth went to Evangel University, played college baseball at the NAIA level. He's been in the Grip and Rip Baseball League since 2020. Broke in that COVID-19 pandemic-shortened year with the Moon City Mavericks. He has since played for the Nixa Suckers in 2021 and the Branson Showmen in 2022. So this is Seth's 4th ball club in 4 seasons in the Grip and Rip. Thus far here in 2023, he's pitched 7 innings, allowed 12 earned runs on 13 hits, walked 7, and struck out 6. It is a high ERA for Burns headed into today's game at 15.43, but For those of you who've been watching Ozark Mountain Ducks baseball all season, you know every pitcher on the staff has a high ERA right now, and theoretically it can only work in a downward direction from here. So Seth Burns will be going up against Ethan Stenger for the Locos in today's starting pitching matchup. We'll get into the finer points of the rules as we go, but each team will have to make at least 2 Henry's Towing pitching changes before we play the full 9 here in today's game. Mountain Ducks, as I said, without their manager Austin Kendrick, and that also leaves void at first base, so Justin Parker gets the start for the Mountain Ducks over on first today. Locos without 3 players today. Their everyday catcher Cole Hazelhorst out of the lineup, tending to a family emergency. They also are without Chandler Maples and pitcher Ben Graham today. So both teams a little bit shorthanded. The Locos a little more than the Mountain Ducks, but both teams without question hungry for wins, having each gotten their first victories of the season 2 weeks ago. Caleb Cole looked at a strike. First pitch was at 12:10 p.m. That is a 12:10 first pitch, guys in the press box. Burns now has worked himself ahead 0-2 against Caleb Cole. And we've got a couple of returners on the umpiring side of things today, as there's a ball in the dirt to Caleb Cole. That'll make it 1-2. Field umpire for this one between the Mountain Ducks and the Locos is Cole Gilpin, and behind the plate calling the balls and strikes is Ricky Hammers, one of the grizzled veteran umpires and absolutely one of the best for us here in the GRBL. Of course, umpires in this league contracted through our friends at the Mid-America Umpires Union, and we certainly appreciate all of the umpires who come out here and work games each fall. It is a long, often endless, and mostly thankless gig, but we could not do it without them. Caleb Cole fell behind 0-2. He has since worked the count full, being picky and having good plate vision against the veteran Seth Burns. So here comes a 3-2 payoff pitch to Cole. Breaking ball swung on and hot shot it up the middle. That's going to get through. And Caleb Cole has just broken himself out of a slump with that base hit straight up the gut. Caleb came into today knowing he wanted to break out of a slump. I actually talked to him about that before the game. He was 1 for 8 prior to that at bat. He is now 2 for 9 on the year. Here's Trent Simpson. Led the league in hits a season ago, along with Jacob Carlson and Harrison Broadstreet, but they each, or Harrison Waters rather, they each had 16 hits in 10 games. Simpson thus far in 2023, 2 for 12 with 1 strikeout and a run scored. So Trent has been putting the baseball into play. He's just had the unfortunate distinction of hitting it right where the defenders seem to be. Behind 0-1 here. Burns threw him a fastball. That swung on, fouled off. So 0-2 after that foul ball, third base side. Seth Burns comes set, now a step back, and he looks Caleb Cole back to the bag over at first. Seth comes set, starts the ball up by his chin. That was a slider that dipped down and out. So Simpson now 1-2. Just underway here at Sky Bacon Stadium. Locos Mountain Ducks. Scoreless top of the first. Runner on first is the Locos leadoff man Caleb Cole. The batter Trent Simpson has now evened the count, 2-2. Fielders slightly playing the left-handed Simpson to pull. There's a curveball that Burns ran way in toward Trent's knees, and he stepped back and out. So here's another full count. This is pretty usual for Seth Burns, actually, especially early in an outing. And a couple of veteran hitters aware of that. Also, Simpson reaches out and pokes one the opposite way. Into left field it goes. Caleb Cole got a great jump on it. And so he's able to go first to third on that play. That's back-to-back hits for Republic. And so they are in business. Nobody out. Runners on the corners for your favorite player's favorite player, Ben Van Gorp. BVG 2 for 10 on the season with a couple of runs batted in. He's walked once and scored a run. Has also struck out 3 times. So 200 average for BVG, but has been producing somewhat with runners on. Looked at a ball out of the zone there. Seth Burns swept one across and out. 1-0 pitch forthcoming here. Fastball, that's a steerike thrown. 1-1. Mountain Ducks infielders playing in. They're thinking, well, first of all, maybe take a run off the board depending on where the ball is hit, but also perhaps turn a double play. Burns ran Van Gorp up with a high fastball. He's ahead now, 1-2. Ducks looking for their first out. Locos with 2 hits already. This game just 5 minutes old. There's a ball that is kicked off the shin guard of the catcher Phillips, allowing Caleb Cole to score, and it is 1-0 Locos. Just like that. Very unfavorable carom for the Ozark Mountain Ducks battery, but it's Caleb Cole taking full advantage and putting his club up 1-0 before the first out is recorded. 2-2, make it 3-2. Seth Burns has now faced 3 batters. He has worked full counts to each of them. Breaking ball, Van Gorp reaches out and pokes it. That's tailing down. That's going to be a base hit. It gets in front of the left fielder, Kyle Carpenter. He fires for second base. There will be no play at the plate, and Simpson scores. 2-0 Locos. An RBI single off the bat of BVG. His 3rd run batted in on the campaign, his 3rd hit. And Ben Van Gorp, one of a few Republic ball players starting to break out of slumps thus far. The day is still young. Here's John Arts for Republic. Big country, 24 years old. Works as a barber at a shop in South Springfield. Arts went to Mineral Area College. Ahead 1-0 here. Seth throws him a curveball that is swung on. Arts sitting back on the off speed. Turned on it and sent it out into right field. Van Gorp will get woed up at second base. But that is 4 consecutive hits for the Locos. They are absolutely in business for Drew Noble, hitting in the 5 spot. Noble, originally from Eudora, Kansas, now resides in Aurora, Missouri, 31 years old. He was a college pitcher, and he threw a lot of innings, threw 150 of them in 2 seasons at Coffeyville Community College in Coffeyville, Kansas, as he swung and missed there. Finished out his college career in Joplin, Missouri at Missouri Southern State. Noble 2 for 7 so far as a grip and rip player. One RBI, 1 strikeout. So Noble threw 120 2/3 innings in his junior and senior years of college, so a total of 270 plus innings worked as a college baseball player by the time he wrapped his career in 2014. Seth Burns has worked ahead here, 1-2. Mountain Ducks looking for their first out still, trailing 2-0 in the top of the first. Burns sets and delivers. Noble swung at that one. It's a dropped third strike that hit off of Phillips' glove, and yeah, that's going to be called an out. Locos are able to advance the runners. But nevertheless, the first out is on the board. Here's Trey Simpson batting with runners in scoring position. Simpson is Trent Simpson's younger brother out of Waynesville, Missouri. Thus far is 4 for 8. He has scored 3 runs. He's walked twice. He struck out twice. Still looking for his first career RBI out here. I'm sure his skip, Chris Mesa, says now is as good of a time as any to get it. Burns from the belt this time. Full windup, fires home, and fired a strike to Trey Simpson on the outer half. Slider. 1-2. Next offering from Seth Burns is a breaking pitch. Ejected out of the catcher Phillips' mitt, but no harm done. 2-2. That sent Simpson ducking out of the way, so the count is full. That just looked like the old breaking ball with no break to it. Another payoff pitch from Seth Burns. That's a fastball down, and so Trey Simpson will take a walk. That loads the bases for the Todd father, Todd Tolbert. So the Todd father out of Fair Grove, Missouri. Been in the Grip and Rip League since it was founded in 2016. Chopper back to the pitcher. Seth Burns throws it back to the catcher, Devin Phillips, who steps on the plate for the second out. Also, and perhaps more importantly, keeping a run off of the board. So with 2 away, the Republic Locos player manager and doing the catching today, Chris Mesa, comes to the plate. Chicago native looked at a ball out of the zone that time. Mesa 1 for 6 with 2 runs batted in. Has drawn 1 walk. But Chris's problem lately has been a hole in his swing down and away. He has struck out 4 times in 3 games. 2-0 to Mesa. Burns tried the off-speeder. Nothing doing there. Here's a hitter's count, 3-0 with the bases chucked. 2-0 lead for the Republic Locos here in the top of the first, trying to extend the inning. Burns fires to Mesa. Fastball out, he walked him, and that will walk in another run. Arts scores, and it's 3-0 for the Republic Locos. Put another quarter in the carousel. Here's Jacob Wright, number 9 hitter. He's a real estate investor out of Reeds Spring, Missouri. And because Mesa is the catcher, they can run for him, so John Bortz comes off the bench to do that. So runners on Trey Simpson, Todd Tolbert, John Bortz. There is ball 5 outside from Seth Burns. Jacob Wright, 27 years old. It's his rookie year here in the Grip and Rip. 1 for 4 thus far. Has been used quite a bit as a courtesy runner or pinch runner, and so he's got 3 runs scored. Has also pitched 1 scoreless inning. May we see him take the mound before this one is over today. 2-0, Seth Burns back to the full wind and deals. Slider caught the outer half to Jacob Wright for a strike. Burns again, trying the curve. That is out. So it is 3-1. Mountain Ducks with 2 outs on the board, just looking to get out of this inning. Fastball, that's a strike, right over the heart of the plate at the letters. So the count is full to Jacob Wright. Burns winds and fires. Swing and a miss. He punched out, so 2 strikeouts that inning for Seth Burns. But it's a big one for the Republic Locos. They score 3 runs in the top of the first and lead 3-0. Mountain Ducks will try to punch back when we come back. You're watching Grip and Rip Baseball live and free all Sunday long, right here on YouTube.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy? I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga. You do yoga? Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome!
Ethan Stenger to the hill for the Republic Locos. Trying to spoil Ozark skip, or interim skip, Tony Lewis's return to the manager's box. There's Tony. He's heading over to the third base's coach's box right now. Dealing with an injury to his right throwing shoulder. He left the game in week 3 against the Branson Showmen. He's been getting checked out, but it's a high-grade AC sprain, the official diagnosis. So Lewis right now is in the hitting shirt and shorts, but we may see the baseball pants come on before this one is over, should the Mountain Ducks need some offense. And I can tell you right now, the Mountain Ducks are in need of some offense. They're down 3-0, having spotted the Locos 3 in the top of the first. Mountain Ducks starter Seth Burns threw 40 pitches that inning, so Ozark likely already off sequence in terms of pitching management strategy. Ethan Stenger was very good in his last outing for the Republic Locos, through 4 scoreless innings against the first place Nixa Suckers, scattered 5 hits, struck out 5 and walked just 1, but the important number was 4 shutout innings. For the season, Stenger has thrown 7, given up 1 earned run on 10 hits, struck out 10 and walked 2, so it's a 1.29 ERA. For the big guy with the accounting degree out of St. Louis, Missouri, who now resides in the little western Missouri town of Lamar. He's been away from baseball for 11 years prior to coming out and trying out. Got himself ready by setting up a hay bale in his yard and throwing fastballs into it. Yes, that is a true story. Zach Ralph, the Ozark leadoff man, has worked ahead 2-0. It'll be Ralph, Henson, Parker, and perhaps David Edwards this inning for the Quack Pack. Zach Ralph, a seeing eye single past the first baseman Arts. Baseball was corralled out in shallow right by the second baseman Trey Simpson, but no play to be made. So a leadoff single for Zach Ralph gets the Mountain Ducks started in a positive direction here today. It's Ralph's 3rd hit of the campaign in 4 games. And here is the hot-hitting Marionville Comet, Skylar Henson. 5 for 12 headed into this plate appearance. He's got 1 run batted in. He scored 3, struck out 3 times, and walked once. But the Marionville Comet had 3 hits a week ago in a big win for Ozark. This one does not have the distance. Settling under it is the second baseman, Trey Simpson, and makes the catch for the pop-out. 1 down for Ozark. So 1 run on, 1 out. Here's Justin Parker. Mountain Ducks trail Republic 3-0. Bottom of the first. It's the car salesman. Originally from Branson, Missouri, Justin Parker now makes his home in Republic. He's also 5 for 12 with a home run and a triple. 4 runs batted in. Looked at a strike that time. So JP picked up where he left off. He had 12 hits a season ago with the Springfield Metropolitans. 7 of those were extra base hits. That's a nice pickoff move by Ethan Stenger. And yes, they got him. Zach Ralph picked off. Great move by Stenger, and a nice job by the first baseman, Arts. Got Zach Ralph right on that front hand as he tried for the backside of first base. He is, as Jane's Addiction sang, caught stealing. Strike thrown to Justin Parker, and the count is now 0-2. Fastball swung on, fouled back, so JP stays in the hunt. Ethan Stenger, 6'6", outdoorsman with an accounting degree. Graduated from Missouri Southern State in 2012. Here it is, 2023, and he's back on a pitcher's mound. 1-2. Breaking ball turned on. This is headed down the left field line. That's going to get fair. Base hit for Justin Parker, his 6th hit of the season, and he legs out a double. So the extra bases continue for the Silver Slugging Award winner, JP. Just like that, he is on in scoring position for the ever so dangerous David Edwards. Strength and conditioning coach out of Rolla, Missouri. Originally from Ocala, Florida. Edwards, 34 years old. He's 4 for 11, has batted in 3 runs. He's also reached by way of getting hit by a pitch once. A season ago with the Branson Showmen, he hit .351. He was 13 for 37. As part of a club that went on to play for the Howard Bell Trophy. Came up 1 victory, 1 run, as a matter of fact, shy against the Springfield Metropolitans. So Mountain Ducks today without Austin Kendrick, their skip, and for the moment without Tony Lewis's bat in the lineup. But David Edwards certainly capable. As he looked at a strike there, he has fallen behind 0-2. Ethan Stenger, yes, he's given up a couple of hits, but he is throwing first pitch strikes. Fastball high, 1-2. Mountain Ducks trailing by 3. David Edwards would love to bring Parker home, but more importantly, he'd love to just extend this first inning. Fastball low, swing and a miss. Stenger got him down on strikes. So Ethan Stenger gave up a couple of hits, but he works 1 man above minimum, and more importantly than that, just threw his 5th consecutive scoreless inning. Republic leads 3-0. Back with more Grip and Rip baseball in a moment.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
To say a special welcome to an Ozark Mountain Ducks fan tuned in today on YouTube from Denver, Colorado. Evan Marr, longtime friend of the Grip and Rip League. Evan's book, Have Bat, Will Travel, My Year in French Baseball, available wherever books are sold. Check it out at your favorite online retailer. And it's a great read. I have been through it twice already. And I can tell you I had Evan's book in my suitcase when I went to the hospital a year ago when my daughter Kate was born. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I didn't actually have time to get it out and read it, but the book did make the trip for what ended up being a 5-day stay. And happy to report I have since been able to read through the book a second time, and we just celebrated Kate's first birthday yesterday. So good time had by all. Evan, happy to have you tuning in, watching your Ozark Mountain Ducks today. Locos are going to send up Daryl Neighbors and then go back to the top of the order, Caleb Cole and Trent Simpson this inning. So Daryl Neighbors gets us started in the second, lifts one. That could be in the tricky triangle in shallow center. Second baseman Zach Ralph calls off his buddies and makes the catch for the out. So back to the top of the order go the Locos, who are one man shy of batting around in the first. Caleb Cole 1-for-1 today. Had a chance to see his mom Jane and his dad Bill very briefly in the stands before we went on the air today. They usually tune in on YouTube, but they are watching it live today. Can't beat that. Caleb now 2 for 9 for the campaign. 2 runs scored and an RBI. Down 0-1 here. Swings and skies one. Parker, the first baseman, running over toward the Ducks dugout, and he makes the catch. JP making it happen with the legs today. First, he stretched a single into a double, and now he got right over just about a foot away from that dugout rail and made a great catch. So just like that, 2 up and 2 down after Seth Burns threw 40 pitches in the first inning. He appears to have dialed in a little bit of efficiency here in the second. Trent Simpson is 1-for-1 on the day with a single. Sent one the opposite way down the left field line in that big first for the Locos. So Simpson is now 3 for 13 for the campaign, having come across home plate successfully 4 times. Or check that twice. I was reading his brother Trey's line. Hate to say it, Trent, but thus far, Trey Simpson has been the better Simpson. Fly out into center field. That's going to be handled by Thomas McFarland for the Mountain Ducks. So that inning was everything the first was not for Ozark. 3 up, 3 down, 2 pop-outs and a fly-out, and so Seth Burns settles in. Score remains 3-0. Republic Locos out in front. Back with more GRBL baseball right after this.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
Ethan Stenger back to work for the Republic Locos. It'll be Kyle Carpenter, Devin Phillips, and Seth Burns here in the bottom of the second for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Thomas McFarland would get to swing the stick should anyone manage to reach. Stenger so far, nothing allowed. He's given up 2 hits, 1 strikeout, having faced 4 batters. Through 13 pitches in the first inning, 9 of them 4 strikes. Here's Kyle Carpenter. Steps into the left-handed batter's box for the Mountain Ducks. He's got kind of a peculiar-looking open stance. That said, it is effective. He's 3 for 6 this season, hitting .500. Had 10 hits in 2022, was actually with the Locos, swings and lifts this one toward the gap in left field, tailing down. Oh, it's caught on the run. What a job by Darryl Neighbors out there in left. He made that look a little bit easy, but I can promise you it was anything but. Devin Phillips comes up. Sounds like he brought some fans. People are getting rowdy for Phillips. Love to hear it. 29-year-old electrician out of Willard, Missouri. Former infantryman in the United States Army. He and his wife Zoe have 7 kids. Youngest is 3 months old now. And Phillips is off to a nice start. He's 3 for 8. 3 RBIs. He's also walked 3 times. So the on-base percentage, very good for the Mountain Ducks backstop. You know, defensively, he became Ozark's go-to guy a season ago when the club lost its primary catcher Evan Barnett due to injury, and really stepped up. You know, in my mind, Devin Phillips, one of the best defensive catchers in the league right now. But he has picked up the bat a little bit here in 2023 to go with that reliability. 2-1. Stenger ran him up. Phillips obliged. Lifts this one into center field where Trent Simpson is there to make the catch and the out. So that's back-to-back outfield flyouts for the Locos, and it brings up Seth Burns. Seth Burns is one of those guys with a subtly sarcastic sense of humor, and last year had NSYNC's Bye 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 as his hitting music. This year he's really outdone himself. Chosen a nice calming Enya number. Really puts you in some kind of mood to watch Seth swing the bat. 2 for 9 this season is Burns with a double. He's got 1 hit by pitch, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. A little bit of everything. Looked at a strike there, so Stenger has quickly worked ahead. 0-2. They set up outside. Fastball, no. Burns able to lay off. Nice thought there from the Locos skip. Chris Mesa behind the plate. Pressed into action today as they are without their starting catcher Cole Haselhorst. Swing and a miss. That was the same pitch With better location, Ethan Stenger collects strikeout number 2. He is electric thus far. 3-0 Locos headed to the 3rd inning.
Redline Athletics is the Ozark's #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
Top of the 3rd, about to get underway here at Sky Bacon Stadium. Seth Burns back to the pitcher's mound for the Ozark Mountain Ducks, who trail the Republic Locos 3-0. A little activity occurring in the Ozark bullpen. Left-hander Devin Braswell up getting warm. It'll be Ben Van Gorp, John Arts, and Drew Noble for Republic. Van Gorp steps into the right-handed batter's box. So righty on righty, this matchup about to unfold. Van Gorp swung and missed at strike 1. So BVG had an RBI single first time up. However, bats with the sheets clean to get us started in the 3rd inning. Swung and lifted that one way up there into center field. Thomas McFarland calls the ball, makes the catch, and records the first out. So BVG is gone. Here comes Big Country. John Arts ripped a single out into right field first time to improve to 3 for 9 for the campaign. So hitting .333. The Barber. 6'1", 200-pounder, took an inside-out cut. That's lifted into shallow left, and it's the shortstop, Skylar Hinson, ranging over to make the grab. It was a little bit interesting on the way down, but Hinson adjusted and made the catch. Really can't blame it on the wind today, as it's just at 1 mile per hour for the moment out of the northeast. But as I look out at the flag, which sits in foul territory, left field side, just shy of the Locos bullpen, it's absolutely still. Steerike thrown to Drew Noble. Struck out first time. Down 0-1 to Seth Burns, who runs a fastball in. So that evens the count, 1-1 with 2 outs. Republic 3, Ozark nothing, top of the 3rd inning, 2 down. Burns' next pitch. Slider outside. Phillips just knocked it down in front of him. Mountain Ducks catcher is going to take a moment to reset his equipment. Back into the crouch he goes. Burns from the belt throws a cement mixing curveball that curved out of the zone. Noble kept the bat on the shoulder. It is 3 balls and a strike. So Noble being a little more patient this time through. Looked at the fastball there, and the count is full. Back in he goes. 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Burns kicks and deals. Got him on the inner half. A called strike 3. Drew Noble not happy about it, but it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Seth Burns and the Ozark Mountain Ducks. 3-0 is the score. Republic still has the lead. Ducks come to the plate when we come back.
If you and I knew plumbing, you and I would never need to call United Plumbing, UNITED. But you and I can't fix a pipe or a faucet filled with lime, so we always call United, and they're there right on time. You and I once tried it, then decided to call United, treating you and I the way you and I would want to be. So call United Plumbing, UNITED. United Plumbing.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
No surprises here. Ethan Stenger back to the hill for Republic to work the bottom of this third inning. Locos lead the Mountain Ducks 3-0, and so far Ethan Stenger has faced 7 batters. He's allowed 2 hits, struck out 2, and he has thrown just 23 pitches. So far, so good for the big man from St. Louis. Played high school baseball at Melville High School. That's sort of on the south and honestly a little bit east side of the city. If you can have any any cities in Missouri east of St. Louis, Melville just about qualifies. It's right on the river. 2 years at Southwest Baptist University and then 2 years at Missouri Southern State. He was a starter there for the Lions, had a 3.99 ERA in 2011 and 2012 combined. Made 10 starts, had a 5-2 win-loss record. But his ERA dropping here in the GRBL with every scoreless inning he throws, facing Thomas McFarland. Hit 0-1 after a foul ball. This one swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Caleb Cole up with it. He got the throw across to John Arts in time, and Arts managed to keep that back foot on the bag to get the out. Marquise Goad, the right fielder for the Mountain Ducks, hitting in the 9 spot. Marquise Goad out of Blue Eye, Missouri. It's pretty much a standout in all 4 of the sports they play at Blue Eye High School. That would be fall baseball, basketball, spring baseball, and summer basketball. 1 for 5 so far in 3 games. Marquise swung and missed there. He's down here 0-2. Works for Patio in Springfield, Missouri. He's a home loan officer. Recruited into the league by GRBL Director of Fun Kevin Robertson. And Kevin Robertson Incorporated, one of the most successful sports talent agencies the GRBL has ever seen. Brought us 2022 Rookie of the Year Trent Simpson. Brought us Devin Braswell, and now it's brought us Marquise Goad. It's Ethan Stenger getting the better of his fellow rookie this time. Stenger's 3rd strikeout of the day puts 2 outs on the board here in the bottom of the 3rd. So nobody on for the number 10 hitter for the Mountain Ducks. The bat, Nick Bacon, originally from Jefferson City, now calls Marshfield, Missouri home, with his wife Taylor and their 2 daughters. Live on a undisclosed bat cave somewhere in rural Webster County. Nick for the season 1-4-5. He's got 17 hits across his GRBL career. has played for championship winning teams in 2021 and then in 2018 as well. This is a pop-up on the infield. Trey Simpson is there to make the catch. 3 up, 3 down for Ethan Stenger and the Republic Locos, and so they maintain a 3-0 lead. We will head to inning number 4 right after this.
I need a change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible. Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
So the first big managerial decision for the Ozark Mountain Ducks interim skip Tony Lewis is to leave Seth Burns in the game. As we get going here in the top of the 4th, so Burns will get the 3+ designation for Ozark today. Mountain Ducks will still have to make at least 2 pitching changes before the game is done. However, anyone who enters the game from this point forward for Ozark will be allowed a maximum of 3 innings of work. Seth Burns had thrown 55 pitches before this inning got started. He is now up to 57. 2-0 the count to Trey Simpson, the second baseman. It'll be Simpson, Tolbert, and Mesa this inning for the Locos. 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Count now 3-1. Devin Braswell back up, warming in the Mountain Ducks pen. Nothing in the way of activity in the Locos pen, which leads me to believe we're going to get to see some more Ethan Stenger before he calls it a day. Full count. Seth Burns rocks and fires. It's a curveball. Trey Simpson just reached out and spoiled it. A little frustrated with himself not to be able to square up and drive that ball, I think. At least that's what the body language is telling me. So we'll do the payoff pitch again. 3-2. Curve. Simpson was ready for it that time, but he got under it. It's lifted right to the shortstop, Skylar Henson, who nonchalantly makes the can of corn grab off the top shelf at the grocery store. Down goes Simpson. Here comes the Todd father. So Todd Tolbert, 52 years old, second oldest player in the Grip and Rip League this season, behind Branson's Kurt Brand at 57. Looked at a Steerike on the outer half there. Todd works for Associated Electric as an operations supervisor. Has been in the GRBL since the start in 2016. Swings and grounds this one to the shortstop. Henson, a little more businesslike this time. Had to hurry the throw, but slung it sidearm over to Justin Parker at first in time for the second out. It's going to bring up the catcher, Chris Mesa, who has started himself behind the plate. Again, Locos today without 3 players, including their starting catcher, Cole Haselhorst, had a family emergency. Certainly our thoughts with him and his family today. But we get to see Chris Mesa behind the plate. He was a catcher coming up all through high school and then caught at the junior college level at the College of DuPage in suburban Chicago. A knee injury ended up spoiling his catching career. He's predominantly been a corner infielder or a designated hitter in his time in Grip and Rip, but with the Locos short-handed, he's elected to call his own number and gut it out behind the dish today. He's ahead in the count here, 2-1, just fouled one back to the screen. Chris with 25 hits in his GRBL career. Looking for 26, not this time. Skylar Hinson up with it again. It's been a busy inning for the Mountain Ducks shortstop, but the Hall of Famer answers the bell. A 6-3. 3 up and 3 down for Seth Burns, and so the score remains Republic Locos 3, Ozark Mountain Ducks nothing. Back with the bottom of the fourth right after this. Hey, you're watching this game on YouTube. That means if you haven't already, you should most certainly like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and dare I even suggest, share this video with your friends on your social media platforms and let them know you're watching Grip and Rip Baseball.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy? I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga. You do yoga every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are gonna feel awesome!
Well, no surprise here. Republic will stick with Ethan Stenger, who has been sensational today on that pitcher's mound. 3-0, Republic leads. Stenger will get the 3+ pitcher's designation today. I would imagine as long as he's dealing, they're going to stick with him as long as they can. So it'll be Jacob Wright, Daryl Neighbors, and Caleb Cole for the Locos here in the bottom of, or check that, I read the wrong side of the lineup card. Jeez, you'd think this was my first baseball game. It'll be Zach Ralph, Skylar Hinson, and Justin Parker for the Mountain Ducks to get us going here in the bottom of the fourth. Apologies, folks. Maybe that Labor Day break was more of a toll than I realized. Good gravy. Both these clubs, 1 and 2, picked up wins in week 3. So somebody's going to improve to 2-2 as a result of this affair today. Coming up today at 3, it's the Branson Showmen and the Moon City Mavericks in what's a very, very good pitching matchup between the rookie Tyler Abma for the Showmen, who leads the league in strikeouts with 19 through 3 games, against GRBL Hall of Famer Andy Galley, the league's all-time leader in strikeouts. Tonight on Baseball Night in the Ozarks, it's the 2 division leaders, the Nixa Suckers at 2-1 out of the GRBL South, against the Springfield Metropolitans, who are 2-1 in the GRBL North. So perhaps a division lead could be indirectly affected as a result of that 6 p.m. game on Baseball Night in the Ozarks. More pressing matters for the Mountain Ducks. Zach Ralph is up 1 for 1 today, hitting in the leadoff spot for Ozark. He's been kind of moving around the field defensively. He's getting the start at second base today. So 3 for 11 for the campaign as Ralph. 1-1 count. Looked at a breaking pitch in. And he's ahead of Ethan Stenger, 2-1. Zach's from Springfield, Missouri. Played his high school ball at Parkview High School. And Parkview has produced quite a few very good GRBL ball players through the years. 3-1. Walked him. First time this season Zach Ralph has drawn a walk. It is the second time he's been on base in this game. We'll see how aggressive the Mountain Ducks get on the base paths as Skylar Henson comes to the dish. Popped out to second first time. So Henson 5 for 13. A double and RBI. Struck out 3 times and walked once. Stenger missed low. Something psychologically about this 4th inning when a starting pitcher knows he's got the 3+ designation. We've seen it time and time again where the labor starts in inning number 4. I think that baseball just came into the press box. Yeah, that is no joke. Hope our director Derek is okay over there. I guess if you can still hear me and hopefully still see a picture, everything is good. Runner Ralph takes off to steal. Mesa fires down, but Zach Ralph is in there safe. A stolen base for the Ozark Mountain Ducks leadoff man. Actually, I guess the word I'm getting is the camera is fine. A keyboard that was already broken has been more broken. So that's good. Here's the 2-1. More importantly, all of the human beings working on that side of the press box are okay. Baseball's a contact sport sometimes. 3-1, meanwhile, back on the diamond, Skylar Henson. Now with a man in scoring position. Stenger comes home, tries the slider, that misses high. So back-to-back walks for Republic pitcher Ethan Stenger, and that is going to send his catcher and manager out to have a chat. John Arts, the first baseman, also walking over. And this is a good circle right here. Arts has some coaching experience of his own. He was helping to coach a team in the Show Me Collegiate League out here at Sky Bacon Stadium this past summer. And Arts is also a pitcher, so oftentimes he can notice some things going on mechanically. That may have been nothing more than a, hey, deep breath, calm down, let's just get the next guy kind of chat. So first and second for the Mountain Ducks, nobody out. Justin Parker out of Labette is the batter. Fouled one back for strike 1. Labette College, junior college in Kansas. And the old rectangle to our west. JP now 6 for 13 with 3 extra base hits in 2023. One of 4 players to have usurped the mark of 50 hits in his career. .53 and counting. Got all of that one way back. It goes toward the wall. It's off the Budweiser sign in left field. Justin Parker absolutely mashes one. Would have been out at a lot of places, but not here. A 2 RBI double for Justin Parker, and the Mountain Ducks are right back in this thing. We've got a 3-2 ball game. I thought for a minute Parker was going to hit his second home run of the season. As I said, probably would have gotten out of a lot of places, but that outfield wall here at Sky Bacon is 16 feet tall. And so the Locos benefit from a little bit of extra fortification and maintain the lead, although It has been cut to 1, and still nobody out. David Edwards is the batter. Justin Parker, the runner on second, who just did everything but hit a dinger. Fastball swung on and chopped down the first base line. John Arts is there to make the catch and the out. But that does advance the runner to third, so 1 down. Unassisted put out for the Ozark first baseman brings up Kyle Carpenter. Carpenter, 3 for 7. He's got a ribby. Three-two ball game. Stenger takes a long look in and then steps off the rubber. Not sure if that's trouble seeing the signs from the catcher Mesa or if something just didn't quite feel right. Again, Stenger steps off, and yeah, this is pitcher and catcher not on the same page all of the sudden. Stenger absolutely cruised through the first 3 innings. But in trouble here. Kyle Carpenter had a quick chat with his skip. Tony Lewis calling the shots for the Mountain Ducks today as Mountain Ducks manager Austin Kendrick out of action with a family emergency. Carpenter swung over the top of a slider. 0-1. Kyle went to John Wood Community College in Quincy, Illinois. Pitch gets away from Chris Mesa. It's wild. That will allow Parker to score. It is a tie ball game. The Mountain Ducks have peeled themselves off the canvas, and they are tied 3-3 with Republic. So that cleans the bases for Kyle Carpenter. Still 1 out, so the rally can perhaps continue for the Mountain Ducks. Swung on and lifted, tailing foul. Van Gorp over behind the coach's box to make the catch and the out. So 2 down for the Mountain Ducks. It brings up the catcher Devin Phillips. Flew out to the center fielder Trent Simpson first time. Dropped his average to .333. He's 3 for 9. This is his 4th game of the year. Inside out swing, sends that one foul. That's going to get into the seats. Up on the second tier. $0.50 foul balls all day today, courtesy of the Bank of Missouri. There's a Steerreich thrown to Phillips. Yes, inflation. It's causing the price of everything to go up, including baseballs, which we need to be able to function out here. Phillips lifts this one into right. It's tailing down, and that will get down. Base hit for Devin Phillips. 4 hits in 4 games, so the hot season continues for the electrician from Willard. He is on for Seth Burns, who lulls the Locos into a false sense of security with that Enya walk-up music. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout, but a capable hitter, Seth, being from Stoutland High School, Class 1. I mean, everybody had to hit at that level, just you had to have 9 guys to make the lineup. 0-1 swung on. Seth took a daddy hack. Ethan Stenger has got some nice natural movement on the end of his pitches. Working with the hay bale. Swing and a drive. This is into center field, tailing down. That's a base hit for Seth Burns. Runner is going to dig for third, and he is out. Mountain Ducks got aggressive in a tie ball game, and Ethan Bryan, who was running for Phillips, gunned down by Trent Simpson. And just like that, the rally is done. Good old 8-5 putout. We are headed to the fifth. All knotted up. Locos and Mountain Ducks, 3-3.
Redline Athletics is the Ozark's #1 youth sports performance training center. Redline uses the latest in technology, equipment, and techniques to help kids ages 8 to 18 prepare for competition in all sports, with our #1 goal to make them a better athlete first. Redline Athletics now offers team training. Bring your full squad in for workouts with our professional staff and boost their speed, strength, agility, and skills. Train like a pro at Redline Athletics, located in Southeast Springfield, just off James River Freeway in South Glenstone.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
So for the moment, the Mountain Ducks stay with Seth Burns, the right-hander, going out for a fifth inning. And this would absolutely be the limit if the Cattleman is able to make it through the next 3 outs. They will have to go to the pen, and for the third time, left-hander Devin Braswell walking down the right field line to go get warm in the Ozark bullpen. So we will see Braswell. I promise you, Devin Braswell fans, hang in there. But for the moment, it's Burns for the Mountain Ducks. 3-3 game after they put 3 on the board in the bottom of the fourth. Top of the fifth, it's Jacob Wright, Daryl Neighbors, and then Caleb Cole for Republic. Burns starts off with a wild pitch. No harm done with nobody on. Just an exciting ball one and nothing more. Jacob Wright struck out swinging first time. Oh, a check swing, but the baseball hit the bat. Sprayed foul first base side. Right-hander Jacob Wright working against the righty Seth Burns. That was down and in. So Jacob Wright now 1 for 5, hitting .200 for the campaign. Looked at a ball down. Three balls and a strike. Burns attacked. That was a change. Nice pitch. That fills the count. Burns kicks and deals the 3-2. Curveball, no. Jacob Wright is aboard with a walk, and he is on for Daryl Neighbors. Out of Cedarville, Arkansas, now lives in Springfield, Missouri. Rookie Daryl Neighbors is 34 years old. He's a medical assistant, works for Missouri State University. And he's an athlete. When he's not playing baseball, he's an amateur bodybuilder. And not just the kind of guy who goes to the gym and lifts things, but actually does the competitions. Spray-on tans and everything. Slider from Burns misses down. Daryl Neighbors went to Southwestern Assemblies of God University. That's in Waxahachie, Texas. But these days, when he's not lifting weights or playing ball, also coaches a little fast-pitch softball for a club called the Ozark Ambush. Popped out to the first baseman that time. Justin Parker hangs on for out number 1. So back to the top of the order we go. Here's two-time Gold Glove Award winner Caleb Cole, the GRBL Hall of Famer, the first player ever inducted into the GRBL's Hall of Fame when it launched in 2021, and that was a Hall of Fame plunking, but nevertheless, Caleb Cole is on for the second time today. I'm sure he would rather have the opportunity to get a real true base hit, but the Locos in a tie ball game will absolutely take a base runner, especially in a case where it will move Jacob Wright up into scoring position. A very capable runner is on for Trent Simpson. 3 for 13, Rookie of the Year award winner in 2022. Swings at this one, it is up, but back to get that is the Ozark second baseman, Zach Ralph. Just a few paces out on the outfield grass, makes the catch. Second out is on the board, but the Mountain Ducks not out of trouble. Here's Ben Van Gorp for the Locos. BVG had an RBI single in the first, flew out to center field last time, so 1 for 2 on the day. 3 for 12 on the season. Burns steps off. Now they've got Jacob Wright in a rundown. David Edwards, the third baseman. Oh my gosh, he missed him. Edwards cannot believe it. He missed him. Jacob Wright evaded the tag. Edwards now appealing to the plate, claiming he tagged Wright. Now he's trying to claim Jacob Wright. Oh my goodness. Well, Jacob Wright, with a little witch doctory perhaps, has advanced to third base, and the inning continues. Now the runner Cole is going to go steal second. Burns cuts off a throw. Now another run down to the plate. Phillips puts the tag down, and that time Jacob Wright is out at the dish. Goodness sakes. Caught stealing at the plate. Heads up stuff from Seth Burns. David Edwards is still incensed and jawing with the umps. Good gravy. What a bizarre turn of events that was. But the bottom line, sports fans, we've got ourselves a tie ball game. Locos and Mountain Ducks, 3-3, bottom of the fifth. When we come back, big thank you to the title sponsor of Grip and Rip Baseball, Henry's Towing. Let Henry do it.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank. We do business better.
So Ethan Stenger got touched for the first time in inning number 4, but he's back out to work inning number 5 for the Republic Locos, who are in a 3-3 tie with the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Bottom of the 5th, Thomas McFarland, Marquise Goad, and Nick Bacon due up for Ozark, the 8, 9, and 10 hitters. Swing and a miss there by McFarland. So Ethan Stenger in this game has allowed 5 hits across 4 innings worked. Struck out 3, walked 2, and those walks really proved costly at the top of the 4th, set off the chain of events that led to the 2 RBI double by Justin Parker, followed by a wild pitch that would score Parker and tie the ball game. Thomas McFarland grounded to short his first time up. Had a pretty good game a week ago when the Mountain Ducks beat the Branson Showmen. He's now 1 for 6 on the season with an RBI. He's ahead here at 3-1. McFarland out of Maryland Heights, Missouri. Woo! That hit him. So the free pass the hard way for Thomas McFarland. It's going to bring up Marquise Goad. So Goad out of Blue Eye. Way down in southern Missouri on the south side of Table Rock Lake. Marquise now lives in Springfield. Woo, high and tight. Gets out of the way of that errant fastball from Ethan Stenger. 1-0, and the go-ahead run is on for the Mountain Ducks. The speedy and dangerous Thomas McFarland. Oh, they will do a check throw, and then the ball got away from the first baseman, John Arts. That's going to allow McFarland to hop up and motor 90 feet to second base. So a favorable turn of events for the Mountain Ducks there. Man in scoring position with nobody out. Ethan Stinger's 60th pitch of the outing. So Thomas McFarland played high school soccer and baseball at Pattonville High. He's on second base. He was a soccer goalkeeper. He's a high school pitcher, center fielder, and could play middle infield as well. Marquise Goad is choked up, showing bunt. That did not work. Gave that a go. But Stinger threw a breaking pitch, and Goad unable to connect with the bunt attempt. So 1-1. Stinger came back at him with a slider, got away from the catcher, but McFarland is going to stay on second, not electing to test the arm of the Locos backstop Chris Mesa in the game today. It's his first start behind the plate since about 2017, I guess. 2-1. Oof. Stinger threw a change. That was filth. That evens the count. This could be a big punch here for Ethan Stenger. Nobody out. And Locos and Mountain Ducks tied 3-3. We are in the bottom of the fifth. Stenger comes set from the chest. Fastball. That's outside. Good idea, but Marquise Goad did not chase. So he's worked it full. 3-2 payoff coming up. Yeah, they go back in. They got him on the inner half. Great stuff from Ethan Stenger to get the strikeout. 1 down, and it brings up the Mountain Ducks' number 10 hitter. Nick Bacon has a college degree in classical Latin. Toured as the lead singer and the frontman for a band called The Endless Summer, which had moderate success in the United States, and their hit single Satellites hit the charts in Japan. More notably for fans of the group here in Southwest Missouri, they actually opened up a show for Jack's Mannequin at the O'Reilly Family Event Center. It's a venue with about 6,000 seats, not too shabby. And you can still find some Endless Summer videos in the darker parts of the internet, including right here on YouTube. Swing and a miss there from Bacon, as Stenger started him off with the change. Nothing in one. Fastball down, and Bacon chased over the top. So Nick looking a little bit off balance here against the big 6'6" right-hander Ethan Stenger. He's trying to calm down and finish what would be a fifth and final inning on the pitcher's mound. Slider for a strike, and down he goes. Back-to-back looking at strikeouts for Ethan Stenger and the Locos. That is 5 strikeouts for the Republic mound man today. Back to the top of the order go the Mountain Ducks. It's the leadoff man, Zach Ralph, 1 for 1. A single and a walk today. 5 days of the week, he's an IT worker. Handles the computers and the networking for a telecommunications company in Springfield, Missouri. Looked at a breaking ball for a strike. Zach Ralph broke into the league in 2020, so this is his 4th season. First 3 years were all with the Moon City Mavericks, so it's his first time out of a Mavs uniform, but Austin Kendrick, the skip for the Mountain Ducks, very familiar with Zach Ralph when AK was an assistant coach, and Zach Ralph was a high school baseball player at Parkview High in Springfield. AK finally got the chance to get Zach Ralph out of Daniel England's clutches and bring him over from Moon City to Ozark here in 2023. Stenger has jumped ahead of Ralph. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second is McFarland. Stenger sets from the chest, comes home, fastball chopped. Stenger off the mound. He's going to have to hurry. Oh, he lost his footing. Down he goes. Ralph will reach safely. That is going to be scored as an infield hit for Zach Ralph. But for Ozark, that extends what could turn out to be a very important turn of events. Skylar Henson bats for Ozark. Locos are going to have an infield chat here. Corner infielders Van Gorp and Arts both in. The catcher Mesa out to talk to Stenger. This is probably a talk of just what to do in the event of, as Skylar Henson's pretty good at generally putting the baseball into play. So the discussion is over. And here we go. Henson today 0 for 1, which dropped him to 5 for 13 for the season. Runner takes off to steal. Henson put the wood to it. Baseball has been lifted into shallow center. Backpedaling is Cole. Up is Simpson, who reaches out and makes the catch. Trent Simpson neutralizes the threat. Some nifty footwork by the Locos guys in the middle. They made it interesting, but they get out of the inning unscathed. That will end the day for Ethan Stenger, at least on the pitcher's mound, that is. Gave up 6 hits, struck out 5, allowed 3 runs, all of them earned. But a pretty good day for Republic starter Ethan Stenger. That is back-to-back pretty good days for him, and we look forward to seeing what else he can do in this, his rookie season. 3-3 game. Back with inning number 6 when we come back.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
So Henry's towing pitching change for the Ozark Mountain Ducks as right-hander Seth Burns hit the limit. So the Mountain Ducks have finally gone to the left-hander out of the pen. Devin Braswell, originally from Hollister, Missouri, played his college baseball at University of the Ozarks. That is down in Arkansas, not to be confused with College of the Ozarks, which is in Missouri. Devin Braswell so far 2 innings pitched for the Mountain Ducks, 2 earned runs on 3 hits. He has struck out 3 and walked 1, made his debut just before the Labor Day holiday break after being picked up as a free agent week 3 of the season. But Devin Braswell, absolutely a gamer, don't get it twisted. Played for a Moon City Mavericks team that won the championship in 2021. He was on a Branson Showman team that reached the Howard Bell Trophy game and finished ultimately in 2nd place in 2022. So Braswell, the owner of a pretty nasty changeup, and he's got a decent breaking ball and fastball to go with them. But if we see something like a 2-2 count, look for Braswell to go to the change and knock the hitters off balance. By the time his last outing was winding down against Branson 2 Sundays ago, we started to see that come into play, and he ended his outing with 2 strikeouts. So Seth Burns in today's game, 3 earned runs, gave up 4 hits to the first 4 batters he faced, and then did not allow another one for 5 innings of work. Burns walked 3, struck out 2. All 3 of the runs were earned. So it's definitely an inauspicious beginning that turned into a pretty good outing for Seth Burns by the time all was said and done. So both clubs having to go to the pens here in inning number 6. Devin Braswell 1-1 against Ben Van Gorp for the Locos, and we're all knotted up at 3. So it'll be the bullpens that end up deciding this one. BVG swung at a breaking ball and fouled it back. That's right off my roof. Don't worry, I'm all right. I had a roof there. BVG 1 for 2 today. Native of Nixa, Missouri. Well, actually not a native. He was born overseas. He was born in the Netherlands, but spent much of his adolescence in Nixa, Missouri. Some might say his adolescence is still going. One and 2 to Van Gorp. Braswell from the chest. That's up and out. This looked like a slider that didn't ever hook up. Braswell looks in. There's the curve. That hooked up. Van Gorp touched it out into right. Marquise Goad camps out and makes the catch and the out for the Mountain Ducks. Should also note just the 2nd time ever for Devin Braswell and Devin Phillips to work together as battery mates. So the Devin and Devin show starts off with a fly out for the Mountain Ducks. John Arts is 1 for 2 today. Walks up to a little Gin, Smoke, and Lies by the Turnpike Troubadours. Pretty good track. Fastball high for ball one. Out in the Locos bullpen, John Bortz getting loose, so Republic will have to make a pitching change in the bottom of the sixth. Looked like it's going to be the right-hander from Wisconsin, John Bortz. 2-0 to John Arts is a strike. You know, the Locos skip Chris Mesa really did me a favor by drafting both John Bortz and John Arts. And both Johns spell their names Jon. You love it. Strike thrown from Braswell. Slider that time evens the count 2-2. DJ sets. Woo! Ran that one way in. Looked like that caught the right arm of the lefty John Arts. At least that seems to be what he's favoring as he jogs down to first base. So the go-ahead run, John Arts is on first base for the Locos, and Drew Noble steps in with one down. Righty against the lefty Braswell, swung over the top. Looked like nothing fancy there, just a fastball on the outer half. Braswell from just above the belt. Came home, yep, that was the heat one more time, and Noble swung on and fouled it straight back. So Braswell has quickly jumped ahead in the count, 0-2. There's the change, swung on, that is fouled, first base side. Parker is there to touch it up for the Mountain Ducks. So Noble stays in the hunt. We'll have another 0-2 pitch. Locos with 4 hits, Mountain Ducks with 6. 3-3 ball game here in the top of the 6th. Braswell fired the change, wanted the strikeout, did not get the call on the outer half. And Big Drew Noble back into the box. It's 1-2. Breaking ball swung on right side. Parker dives, but that's going to get into right field. And then it gets away from the right fielder. Good. Locos are going to wave the run all the way around. Arts scores. It is 4-3 Republic. Back up top after a base hit off the bat of Drew Noble. And then a miscue in right field. It is 4-3. Noble ends up all the way around at third, and the rally will continue for the Locos. It's going to bring up Trey Simpson with 1 out. Runner on third. Mountain Ducks bring the infielders in. So 5 hits now for Republic. First base hit since inning number 1. One and 1 to Trey Simpson. Another cement mixer from Braswell. Catches the outer half for a strike. That is what Devin Braswell can do. 1-2 for Trey. Tried it again and did not catch the corner. Evens it up 2-2. Braswell kicks and deals. That's high. So the count is now full. Payoff pitch, swung on, that excuse me swing right to the first baseman Justin Parker, who steps on the bag. No chance for the runner Noble to think about home plate. It's an unassisted put out for Justin Parker. So that puts 2 outs on the board, and it brings up the Todd father, Todd Tolbert. One for 8 now for the campaign as Tolbert looked at a fastball high, ball 1. He was a member of the Ozark Mountain Ducks a season ago. He was with Republic back in 2021, so Todd Tolbert has kind of bounced back and forth between these two clubs. Fastball swung on. This is lined sharply out to left. That's going to get to the wall. Noble scores. It is 5-3 Locos. It is an RBI double for 52-year-old Todd Tolbert. And yes, the Todd father has still got it. 5-3 for Republic. And the Todd father is in scoring position with 2 outs for Chris Mesa. He is 0 for 1 today, grounded out to short, took a walk in the first inning. That big 3-run inning for the Locos. Although this, the 6th, certainly turning into a big inning of its own. Breaking ball from Braswell down in the dirt. Offering to Mesa, there's a steerike thrown. Braswell's next pitch to the Republic manager. Swing and a miss. Got him with the breaking stuff. Devin Braswell punched his way out of trouble there, but not before the Republic Locos put 2 big runs on the board. We'll have to go back and reconstruct to see what is earned and what's not, but the bottom line is Drew Noble had a big single for Republic, and then the Todd father, Todd Tolbert, with an RBI double. 5-3 for Republic. Bottom of the 6th coming at you right after this.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Oh, big move here for Republic. After he just cranked an RBI double, yeah, let's send him out to pitch. It's his day. The Todd father, Todd Tolbert, heads to the hill. tasked with protecting a 5-3 advantage for the Railmen over the Ozark Mountain Ducks here in the bottom of the 6th. It will not be easy. He will face Justin Parker, David Edwards, and Kyle Carpenter, the 3-4-5 hitters for Ozark. But Todd Tolbert will be the change of pace man. And I don't know, I thought we were going to see John Bortz. He was getting warm in the pen, so not sure if maybe John Bortz experienced something with his arm or couldn't get loose or what the deal was, but it will not be Bortz. It will be Tolbert to the hill. Defensively, Locos have also swapped out their first baseman, John Arts, for Drew Noble. Big number 17 goes over, and Jacob Wright has made his way out to right field. Everything else appears to be as the game started. It's Van Gorp at third, Caleb Cole at shortstop, Trey Simpson at second, and then Daryl Neighbors is in left with Trent Simpson in center. Chris Mesa stayed in behind the plate, so he's going to catch the Todd father, Todd Tolbert, as Justin Parker is 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles today and a pair of RBIs to go with that. Starts him off with a curve. Parker absolutely swung all the way around for strike 1. So Justin Parker now 7 hits through 4 games. League leader at the moment is Harrison Broadstreet with 8 for Moon City. Grounder to the second baseman, Trey Simpson, able to get the throw to Noble at first in time for the out. So Parker is retired for the first time today. David Edwards is 0 for 2. 4 for 13 for the campaign, looking for hit number 1 on the day. So David Edwards hitting .308. Strength and conditioning coach at Missouri S&T. That's in Rolla, Missouri. He's a Floridian originally, went to St. Cloud High School. That's in the Orlando Metro Disneyland, or Disney World rather, part of the country. 3-time most valuable player and a 3-time pitcher of the year for St. Cloud High School. 1-0, swung on and missed. Played junior college baseball at Polk. It's a community college in Winter Haven, Florida, and then finished out at James Madison University. Primarily a pitcher, but here in the GRBL he has absolutely been a hitter. Looked at a strike there. David Edwards came on in 2021, played for Republic his first year, where he had 13 hits. Had 12 of them in 2022 with Branson, hit .387 a season ago. Still on pace to do that, but not if he keeps wearing them in the back. Hit right between that number 1 and number 6 on his back. David Edwards gets the free pass by way of the plunking from Todd Tolbert. A little bit of a good-natured exchange there. That was not a fastball. That was a curveball that didn't curve. So David Edwards is on for Kyle Carpenter, who represents a potential game-tying run for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. They trail Republic 5-3. Bottom of the 6th. Kyle Carpenter watches Edwards take off for second. The throw is into center field. Edwards is going to go for third as Chris Mesa overthrew the shortstop Caleb Cole. Edwards had to be careful getting the foot back to the bag at third. So David Edwards 90 feet away from cutting the deficit to 1. Kyle Carpenter is ahead 1-0. Todd Father comes set from the belt. breaking ball turned on. This is line to right. Jacob Wright makes the catch. They will throw home. Mesa with it. The turn, and they got him. Jacob Wright's throw was a little in, but Chris Mesa laying out. Mesa still down. Locos are going to go check him out. Oh, no. They got the out, but at what cost? Mesa struggling to his feet. But that is a tremendous double play for Republic to keep a 5-3 advantage. Republic will try to sort it out, and we will go to the stretch inning right after this.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Ozark Mountain Ducks are going to stick with the lefty Devin Braswell, trailing the Locos 5-3. We are in the top of inning number 7. It'll be Jacob Wright, Daryl Neighbors, and then back to the top of the order for Caleb Cole. Before all is said and done in this one, this game started about 10 minutes after the announced time. We had a 12:10 first pitch. It is 5 minutes to 2 as Jacob Wright hops into the batter's box. Don't forget, 2 more games after this one today at Sky Bacon Stadium, so plenty of time to come catch the action. Here's Jacob Wright lifting one into shallow right. Justin Parker gamely went after it, and then he spikes the throw. Shortstop Skylar Henson loses it, so Wright gets up from second. He's heading to third, and then will wisely whoa up and stop it there. So a double for Jacob Wright, followed by a throwing error, but an absolutely well-timed base hit for the Locos right fielder, who just threw a man out at the plate on a spectacular play by Republic catcher Chris Mesa. Republic in shape to try to add to a 5-3 lead. Has now retaken the advantage in the hit column as well, 7-6 in the ball game. Daryl Neighbors, the left fielder, steps in and looks at a strike. Woof. Neighbors got out of the way of a left-handed fastball running inside. Jacob Wright's second hit of the season, a very good one. Bumps his average up to .333, but puts a man into scoring position on third with nobody out. It is 2-1 to Neighbors. Swing. That one's going to tail foul. Looked good off the bat, Darryl, but definitely took off first base side. That is actually off the clubhouse that sits beyond the stands on the first base side of the ballpark. I think it made its way all the way down into the Ozark bullpen, assuming it exited the roof but stayed in the ballpark. Count's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Darryl Neighbors. Devin Braswell looks in to get the sign from Devin Phillips. Ozark with the infielders in to try to keep a run off the board. Fastball for a strike. Edwards thought he walked. No, sir, says the man in charge, Ricky Hammers. It's a called strike 3. Down goes Neighbors. Back to the top of the order goes Republic. Caleb Cole, 1 for 2 today. A single, and he's also been hit by a pitch in the 5th. Bats in the 7th. Looking to have a big second half after going 1 for 8 in his first 3 games in 2023. So Caleb Cole now 57 hits in his Grip and Rip Baseball League career. You know, it doesn't sound like much to a casual observer, but when you only play 8, 9, or 10 games a year, that's a lot of hitting. Number 2 all time, as a matter of fact. Caleb Cole trailing only Skylar Carter. Ripped to the shortstop. Skylar Henson up with it. Looks down the runner. Fires to first. Brought Parker off the bag. And then the runner will take off and score. 6-3 for the Locos on some speedy motoring from Jacob Wright. So it is an RBI for Caleb Cole. But more importantly, the lead stretches for Republic to 3 runs. There's nobody on for Trent Simpson. Ozark plays the left-hander to pull. Not a shift. Just some maneuvering on the infield, especially on the right side for the Mountain Ducks. 0-1. Braswell's pitch. Breaking ball. Swung on. Fouled back. Simpson took a big cut, but was well behind it and well under it. Nothing in 2. Woo. That baseball just did not want to leave the pitcher Devin Braswell's hand. Grip locked it outside. 1-2 now for Simpson, Republic center fielder. Breaking ball over the plate, swung on, grounded, foul. So we'll set him up and do it again. Trent Simpson 1 for 3 today for a short-handed Locos club that is managing to persevere. Breaking ball swung on, fouled back. Good opportunity to remind you when this one is done at 3 o'clock today, we will bring you the Moon City Mavericks and the Branson Showmen. Mavericks 2-1, Showmen 1-2. Big game for both clubs who are coming off of losing efforts in week 3. Swinging a chopper to second. Up with that is Ralph, who got the throw over to Parker in time. That is out number 3. That means it is stretch time. Middle of the 7th. Republic Locos have the lead on the Ozark Mountain Ducks 6-3. And of course, in the Grip and Rip Baseball League, the 7th inning stretch brought to you by Sumit's Hot Yoga. And at Sumit's Hot Yoga, you are going to feel awesome.
I need to change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8. Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
It's a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Republic Locos. They call on the right-hander out of Joplin, Missouri, by way of the Dairy State, Wisconsin, originally from Portage, Wisconsin. John Bortz, 42 years old, but definitely doesn't look or act the part. The owner of a potent fastball and some other good stuff to go with that, including pretty deadly slider and a good changeup. John Bortz in his last outing got roughed up a little bit at the hands of the Nixa Suckers, 2 1/3, 3 earned runs on 5 hits and struck out 5. So for the campaign, it's been a rough start for Bortz. 7 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 earned on 12 hits and 14 strikeouts. Had a great rookie year, also with the Republic Locos. That was 2022. Had a 3.64 ERA. ERA stayed below 2 up until the playoff semifinals when the Republic Locos ran into the eventual Howard Bell Trophy champions, the Springfield Mets. So in 2022, John Bortz threw 24 2/3 innings, allowing 10 earned runs on 30 hits, struck out 23 and walked 8. So just about a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Professionally, John Bortz is a quality food safety manager in Joplin, Missouri. He's driving, not quite an hour and a half one way to come out here and play ball. He says he can make the trip in about an hour. I will not speak as to what his average speed might be in doing so. But for John Bortz, he said the decision to do that and make that commute is pretty easy. The GRBL is really the best opportunity I've got to keep playing the game I love, and that is logic that cannot simply be argued with. Product of University of Wisconsin lacrosse, played a lot of amateur baseball in his native Wisconsin before the family relocated to Missouri, but since found a pretty nice home here in the GRBL for what we hope will be several more seasons to come. He starts Devin Phillips off with a fastball swung on, fouled back. So bottom of the 7th, 6-3 is the lead for the Republic Locos. It'll be Devin Phillips, Seth Burns, and, or check that, it will be Devin Phillips, Devin Braswell, and then Thomas McFarland for the Mountain Ducks this inning. One and one. Bortz ran a heater in. Phillips moved the shins out of the way. So John Bortz is going to bring it with a little more velocity than the Mountain Ducks have gotten to look at today. Swing and a foul ball. His arm slot also a little bit lower than that of the Republic starter Ethan Stenger. So this is a pretty good set of arms the Locos are employing today. 2-2 to Phillips. Tried the breaking ball that time. Phillips, however, did not chase it, and the count is full. Payoff pitch from Bortz. That's a fastball down, and so John Bortz's day starts off with a walk. Phillips is on for Devin Braswell. DJ for the campaign, 1-for-1. Made one plate appearance for the Ozark Mountain Ducks a week ago in his debut, and he got a hit. So Devin Braswell, first and foremost, he's an athlete. So Kyle Carpenter, the left fielder, has come on to courtesy run for Devin Phillips, the catcher. It's about a push in my mind in terms of speed. But Kyle's smart and sneaky, I'll give him that. 1-0 to Braswell. Bortz comes set from the belt. Ran that one, yes, on the inner half. Well, Devin Phillips, being a pitcher, should have known something like that was coming. It's 1-1 here. Bortz looks back at Carpenter, now comes home. Inside-out swing from Braswell. Ball's going to stay on the playing surface, and it is Bortz running off the mound to make the catch in foul territory. Well, what do they always say? Pitchers are the best athletes. At least that's what several pitchers in this league have told me through the years. In this case, John Bortz, I'm buying. That was an athletic play. He made it look easy, but that was a little bit challenging. A lot of backspin on that baseball. One down. Thomas McFarland bats for Ozark with a runner on. McFarland 0-for-1 today. Got hit by a pitch. Carpenter's going to try to steal second, and steal he does. Popped off and almost lost his balance upon completing the slide. Safe nonetheless, and so Kyle Carpenter into scoring position for Ozark, and the batter Thomas McFarland. McFarland, an accomplished percussionist in addition to being an athlete. 6-3 ball game, Ozark trailing Republic. 7th inning. And if John Bortz can settle in and keep his pitch count down, Locos may just ask him to go the distance for the rest of this one. 0-2 to McFarland. Swing and a liner over the head of the first baseman Arts. It's into right field. They will send the runner, and it is now 6-4. RBI base hit for Thomas McFarland. Cuts the deficit to 2. It's a pinch hitter for Ozark. Going to be Ethan Bryan. Author of 12 published works, including Baseball at the Seams, a book full of baseball stories, one for each state in the United States. And then the big break. A year of playing catch. Steerike thrown there as a slider. Find it on his website, ethanbryan.com, or wherever books are sold. But A Year of Playing Catch chronicles Ethan playing catch with friends, with strangers, with Hall of Famers, with folks of all walks of life over the course of a year. Swing and a miss over the top there. McFarland is running for second, and he is gunned down. Chris Mesa fired from his knees from behind home plate for the out. So McFarland, caught stealing, empties the bases for Ethan Bryan, who no longer represents a tying run. Bortz, the pitcher, going back to touch the rosin. I can tell you this, it is not a humid day today. Just sunny and 80 degrees. 0-2. Bortz fires. Yes, he chased. It's a strikeout for John Bortz. Dropped third strike's going to be handled by the Locos. And that, my friends, is the end of the 7th inning. Ducks scratch a run across, but the Locos still lead 6-4. Back with more Grip and Rip baseball right after this.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy? I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga. You do yoga every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are gonna feel awesome.
Well, the Mountain Ducks are going to stick with Devin Braswell on the pitcher's mound for the 8th inning. They will have to make a pitching change prior to the start of the 9th, assuming Braswell is able to complete this one. He has thrown 44 pitches thus far. A little bit of an interesting move. I kind of thought we would see at least 3, maybe even 4 Mountain Ducks pitchers by now, but here we are. Devin Braswell going back out. Can't keep the dog out of the food bowl, I guess. Here's Ben Van Gorp for Republic. It'll be BVG, followed by John Arts and Drew Noble. Ben Van Gorp 1 for 3 today with a single and a run batted in. This will be his second look at Devin Braswell. He flied out to right first time. Looked at a slider for a strike there. Devin Braswell can hit that one more consistently. He's going to be awfully tough in the second half of the 2023 season. That's a fastball that ran in. Sent Van Gorp bailing back. Baseball also ricocheted off the catcher's mitt and went back to the screen. So Devin Phillips gets his fellow Devin a fresh baseball. 1-1 to Van Gorp. Breaking ball. Van Gorp swung on and turned on it. Foul. Third base side. One and two. We're waiting on a loose foul ball to get corralled out there in left. Ozark left fielder Kyle Carpenter out there. Mountain Ducks have gone back to their starting alignment defensively. Fastball swung on and missed. Down on strikes. Goes BVG to start the 8th. So for Ozark, it's Phillips behind the plate, Edwards at third, Henson at shortstop, Ralph at second, and Parker at first base. Carpenter, McFarland, and Goode in the outfield. John Arts steps in for Republic. 1 for 2 today, a single, and he was hit by a pitch. Looked at a strike there. Lefty against lefty this matchup. Braswell's next offering home is a fastball outside. So 1-1 with 1 away, nobody on for Republic. The Locos lead the Mountain Ducks 6-4. Breaking ball, Arts got to it late and fouled it back. It's now 1-2. Braswell sort of reorients on that pitching rubber. Kicks and deals. Another breaking pitch. Arts gets this one into fair territory, into shallow left. But Kyle Carpenter able to run in and make the grab for the out. 2 down. Drew Noble gonna come to the dish. 1 for 3 today. Singled in the 6th. So 1 for 3 is Noble. 2 outs here. Breaking ball, that's outside. Braswell from the midsection. Fastball attacking in on the big man Noble. Not a bad pitch. He pulled it foul, and then the ball caromed, so now it's into fair territory, and we're going to have a little hold up here. Kyle Carpenter been busy, the Mountain Ducks left fielder this inning. So Noble back in. Braswell working the third base side of the rubber. Comes home. Breaking ball swung on, grounded to the third baseman. David Edwards up with it for Ozark. It's the throw over and the out. So 3 up and 3 down in what will be Devin Braswell's final inning of work for the Mountain Ducks. Score remains 6-4. Republic out in front. Ozark comes to bat when we come back. You're watching Grip and Rip Baseball live and free on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Final numbers on Ozark pitcher Devin Braswell. 3 innings, allowed 3 runs, but only 1 was earned on 3 hits. Struck out 3, did not walk anybody, so Devin Braswell doing his part to try to help the Mountain Ducks have a puncher's chance in this one. Bottom of the 8th, John Bortz to the hill for Republic. Mountain Ducks scheduled batters this inning: Nick Bacon, and then back to the top of the order, Zach Ralph and Skylar Henson. Nick Bacon, the bat, coming up to the old-timey Batman theme of no fame. First offering from John Bortz is a fastball. Bacon swung, fouled. I think that might have caught the umpire on its way back. Ricky Hammer's tougher than a $2 steak, so that will not faze him. 0-1 to Bacon. Woo! Way in on the hips. Nick gets back. He's got a family to think about, for crying out loud. 1-1. Emery, Nora, and a player to be named later, as I understand it. 2 balls and a strike. Nick's back in. John Bortz kicks and deals. Swung on, grounded, chopping, foul, first base side. Bortzy touches up himself. So that will even the count 2-2. I'd like to remind you, if you're tuned in hoping to catch the Moon City Mavericks and the Branson Showmen, that game is next. 3 o'clock first pitch here in the Central Time Zone. Tonight at 6, baseball night in the Ozarks. It's going to be a good one tonight. Springfield Metropolitans and the Nixa Suckers, the two first-place teams in the GRBL's two divisions, going at it this evening in prime time. Down on strikes goes Bacon. John Bortz threw him the sweeper, ringing up the bat for the first out of the bottom of the eighth. So back to the top of the order goes OMD. Zach Ralph is 2 for 2 today, a pair of singles and a walk. Had a rip and then an infield single, but it'll go down as a liner to the outfield in the history books. And that's what matters. Ralph looked at a strike there. Checked it, but it didn't matter. That was a strike as John Bortz made the slider touch the inner half of the strike zone. So 0-2 for the Ozark leadoff man, Zach Ralph. Bortz winds and deals. Ran that one in. I think Ralph thought maybe it was going to clip the shirt sleeve, but no, it did not. So John Bortz really curls up and then uncorks as part of his throwing motion. Starts from the full standing position and then sinks before coming forward down the hill. Just like that, swing and a miss. That is 3 consecutive strikeouts for John Bortz, the Wisconsinite, starting to dial in here in the 8th. Really does a good job disguising pitches. And he is settling in. Skylar Henson steps in for Ozark. Righty against righty, and Henson chased for strike 1. Skylar Henson came into this game leading Ozark in hits. However, he's 0 for 2 today. Quickly behind, 0-2, John Bortz. Taking a moment. Comes set, sinks, and deals. Henson chased over the top. Bortz fooled him badly with a slider, and John Bortz just struck out the side. 3 big outs for the Republic Locos, who lead 6-4. We head to the 9th, and the 9th inning is coming up right after this in the Grip and Rip Baseball League, of course. Streaming coverage here on our YouTube channel, brought to you by our friends at Central Bank of the Ozarks. Central Bank Company, strong roots, endless possibilities.
Acme Towing Company, that's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
You know the meaning of dedication. The early mornings and the late nights spent pursuing your dream. The commitment and passion to turn those dreams into reality. That spirit of dedication is why Central Bank is always there, working behind the scenes, helping you navigate those twists and turns in your journey with solutions that are tailored to meet your business needs. Central Bank, we do business better.
It's a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Ozark Mountain Ducks, as they have saved the Marionville Comet for the end. Republic has a 6-4 lead headed into this commercial-free 9th inning, presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, and it is Skylar Henson, the mound man for Ozark. It's been a rough start for Henson so far in 2023, 9 2/3 innings. He has allowed 10 earned runs on 4 hits, struck out 11, and walked 7. And the 7 walks definitely an anomaly for Skylar Henson. He came into the campaign having pitched 199 innings in the Grip and Rip Baseball League. He's the league's all-time leader in that category. He had allowed 56 earned runs, struck out 175 batters, and walked 80. So it was a career 2.53 ERA for Skylar Henson, who was inducted in to the Grip and Rip Hall of Fame at the conclusion of the 2022 season. He is back with the Ozark Mountain Ducks, having won a title with the Quack Pack in 2020. Played for the Branson Showmen a year ago. Also had a season with the Springfield Metropolitans in 2021. So Henson will certainly be remembered as one of the all-time greats to ever do it, but at 30 years old, I would say he's got about another decade to keep doing it in this league. Trey Simpson grounds sharply up the middle. Nice play by the Ozark second baseman Zach Ralph, who had to range to his right and then throw back to his left. Ralph did well to get the ball in front of him, make the throw across for the out. So here is the Todd father, 1-for-3 with a double and an RBI that is currently standing up as a potential game-winning run. Swing and a foul ball that went to the third baseman Edwards. The problem was it was off of Todd's foot before it got there. And I think this is the umpire, Ricky Hammers, is going to buy Todd a little time to ask him just how much that hurt. But Todd's tough as they come. You don't keep playing baseball into your 50s without a certain degree of intestinal fortitude, which Todd Tolbert has got in spades. 0-1. The Todd father watched that one go by, down and in. So Skylar Henson's got a two-seam fastball and a slider. But he can make two pitches look like about 8 different offerings in the arsenal. As there you saw it, kind of a slower version of the slider that hooked big time at the finish for strike 2. So 1-2, Henson pitching to Tolbert. Fastball turned on, foul. Absolute rocket off the bat, but Tolbert hit it off the front of his own dugout. So we'll do the 1-2 again, 5th pitch of the plate appearance. Check swing. No, he did not. It's 2-2. Mountain Ducks fans wanted it. But Cole Gilpin is the field umpire. Ricky Hammers and Cole Gilpin. Second time we've had this crew. Pretty good pair right here. 2-2, swing and a grounder left side. David Edwards, the third baseman, up with it. Got him by a step for out number 2. So the 5-3 brings up number 24, Chris Mesa. Used to call him the cheese man, but he doesn't work at the cheese factory anymore. He's now an educator and a baseball coach at Greenwood Laboratory School in Springfield, Missouri. Just hired this past off season, so congrats to Chris on the career change. Down 0-2 here very quickly. Skylar Henson wasting no time. 2 KG veterans going at it here. There's a slider for a strike. That was pure paint out of the hand of the Marionville Comet, Skylar Henson. 3 up, 3 down. And we are going to the bottom of the 9th. Mountain Ducks trailing the Republic Locos 6-4. It is going to be absolutely go time for the Mountain Ducks. Commercial-free 9th inning brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks. Central Bank Company, strong roots, endless possibilities. Just as I suspected, Locos are going to send John Bortz back to the hill. On a hot streak, struck out the side in the 8th. Bortz thus far has thrown 27 pitches, 19 of them for strikes. So plenty of fuel in the tank for John Bortz to finish out the run here. And he's got a 2-run cushion to work with. Locos got good pitching all day today. Ethan Stenger, the starter, went 5 innings, allowed 3 earned runs. Those came in the 4th inning. Something about the 4th inning in the GRBL, I'm telling you. It was otherwise a very good day for Stenger. He threw 73 pitches, struck out 5, walked 2, gave up 6 hits. Todd Tolbert came on and threw inning number 6, hit 1 batter, but other than that, an uneventful goose egg inning for Todd Tolbert, kind of working that middle bridge role and then giving way to John Bortz. So far he's thrown 2 innings, 1 earned run, that came in the 7th, but he's on a streak right now of 4 consecutive strikeouts. Faced 1 above the minimum. John Bortz scheduled to face pretty meaty part of the order: Justin Parker, David Edwards, and Kyle Carpenter for the Mountain Ducks. And I can tell you that no pinch hitting is scheduled. Those 3 guys are all up. They're all wearing helmets. They've all got lumber in their hands. No surprises here. Justin Parker, 2 for 3 today. 2 doubles. 2 runs batted in. So headed into this plate appearance, JP, 7 for 15. Tearing it up. Slightly open stance. Starts off tall in the batter's box before he loads up, and now time is called. And that is absolute psychological warfare on the part of Justin Parker, because he knows John Bortz is a headsy pitcher. Back in is Parker. Bortz grip locked a fastball, and that is exactly what the time call did. Made Bortz overthink and overthrow. So a 1-0 to JP. A little gamesmanship going on down there, and Bortz pays him back with a breaking ball for a strike. All even 1-1. Bortz fires home. That's a strike called. 2-seamer. Just a little bit of run back in on the end. Bortz ahead 1-2. Fires. Swung on and fouled. Justin Parker just got a piece, but he was way early. Locos lead 6-4, bottom of the 9th. Trying to finish here. 1-2 count. John Bortz's pitch. Fastball down. Chris Mesa, the Republic catcher, seems to be favoring his right knee. Parker ripped that one foul down the left field line. A rabbit chaser keeps the count 2-2. It keeps Justin Parker at the plate. This is pitch number 7 of the sequence coming up here. Parker thought about it, did not, and on the appeal, that is called ball 3. So John Bortz working here in the 9th, but absolutely gutty performance behind the plate today by the Locos manager Chris Mesa. Parker got under it. It is blooped to the Locos third baseman Ben Van Gorp, who hangs on and gets out number 1. Mesa came into the day knowing they would not have their normal backstop, Cole Haselhorst. Locos also without Ben Graham and Chandler Maples today, so they showed up with 11 ball players. And Mesa, before the game, I said, "Are you going to catch all 9?" And he said, "Absolutely not." But I think the magnitude of the moment has caused him to reach down into the reserves. I mean, you can tell he's hurting. There was a reason why he stopped catching in junior college. It was because of injury. So he's laboring back there, but he is gamely hanging in. 1-0 pitch to David Edwards. That got away from Chris, and now you can definitely see he's hurting. Mesa back behind the dish. He's down on one knee. Has to half kneel. 2-0 pitch. David Edwards swings and rips this one into center field. Back goes Simpson. Off the wall goes the baseball. Edwards is going to get second base easy. Absolute rocket shot. Would have been a dinger in a lot of ballparks, but David Edwards absolutely sends a double off the wall. And so the Mountain Ducks now bring the tying run to the plate. This is Kyle Carpenter batting with 1 out and a man in scoring position. Big opportunity for Kyle Carpenter. 26-year-old lefty out of O'Fallon, or from St. Charles, Missouri. Went to high school at St. Dominic, which is in O'Fallon, Missouri. Big chance knocking on the door. And now a pinch runner for Ozark. So Ethan Bryan is going to run for David Edwards. So Ethan Bryan could cut the score to 6-5. Kyle Carpenter represents the tying run, and now I don't know what the confusion is on the field. Bryan is retreating back. It will not be Bryan, it will be Parker. And I don't know why, I don't think he can do that, but oh well, here we are. Justin Parker, the runner from second. John Bortz fires home. Carpenter swings. It's a liner to the shortstop. Caleb Cole made a great grab, and he almost doubled off Parker, who got to the bag one step ahead of the speedy Caleb Cole. But for the Republic Locos, that puts them 1 out away. Mountain Ducks 1 swing away. 6-4 ball game, bottom of the 9th. Phillips to the dish. 1 for 3. First offering he sees from John Bortz is a slider for a strike. Locos trying to close this out. Mountain Ducks trying to make it interesting. 0-1. Bortz. That was something off speed, but whatever it was not doing what it was supposed to the instant it left his hand. It's a ball outside. 1-1. Bortz from the belt. Misses high and tight. So Phillips laying off. Ozark hitters being careful here in crunch time. 2 away in the bottom of the 9th. Bortz sets. Phillips reaches out and sends this one. It's down the right field line. Could be extras for Devin Phillips. Locos call for the ground rule double as the ball goes into the bullpen. And Justin Parker comes across for the Ozark Mountain Ducks. It is 6-5 on a ground rule double. Devin Phillips comes through big time. So it is a 1-run ball game. Conference on the mound. And Seth Burns comes to the dish. So Seth today 1 for 2. A single and a strikeout, but a capable hitter, Seth Burns. 3 for 11 for the campaign. Runner on second is Kyle Carpenter for the Mountain Ducks, as he is running for the catcher Phillips. That is a legal maneuver, I can tell you. Oof. Off-speed pitch gets away from the catcher, Chris Mesa. It was a swinging strike by Burns, but it does allow Carpenter to move up 90 feet. So he is at third. Mountain Ducks 90 feet away from tying this ball game. Bortz from the belt. Burns swinging a foul ball back. That's strike 2. Locos trying to hang on any which way they can. One-two pitch. Up and out. So deuces wild. 2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. John Bortz facing Seth Burns. Bortz from the belt. Swing and a miss. He got him. John Bortz bent but did not break. And the Republic Locos get the win. 6-5. Republic improves to 2-2 on the season, while the Ozark Mountain Ducks fall to 1-3. Big win for the Republic Locos today. Tremendous effort all the way around the board. Do something a little bit unconventional here for Republic. Not for the offense, he was 0 for 3 on the day, but for a gutty 9 innings behind the plate on an injured knee. Our player of the game is going to be number 24 for the Republic Locos, Chris Mesa. He caught 9 innings, needed 1 good leg to do it, but it was enough to hang on and get the win. The Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game is Chris Mesa, one of the gutsiest performances I have seen in quite some time. Republic wins 6-5. John Bortz, by the way, finishes out 2 earned runs across 3 innings of work, gave up 3 hits, and struck out 5 batters, including a strikeout of the side in the 8th. So good performances today from both, or really all the pitchers for the Locos, Ethan Stenger, Todd Tolbert, and from John Bortz. But by a narrow margin, we will give our Player of the Game award to Chris Mesa. Also mentioned Caleb Cole driving in what stood up as the game-winning run with an RBI in inning number 7. We will talk things over with some victorious members of the Republic Locos when we come back. It is Grip and Rib Baseball, live and free on YouTube. Rance Burger back with you live at U.S. Baseball Park, where the Republic Locos are winners today, 6-5. They managed to get it done against the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Pleased to be joined by the only Locos pitcher who did not concede a run today, none other than the Todd father, Todd Tolbert. And Todd, first of all, you just said it, beautiful day for baseball, but beautiful day to get win number 2 on the campaign. How about that?
Yeah, felt good. It was a well-played ball game today.
So, you know, I know it was a little bit tense. I'm sure it was a little bit comfortable in the early going when it was 3-0. But, you know, after Ozark struck back, you know, what did you guys do to keep the train on the tracks?
Well, I think we played pretty tight defense, and the pitching was good today. There was only a couple innings where there were runners on the base, and they were moving the ball. So I think the pitching's been pretty tight, and the defense too. So when we jumped out ahead 3-0, I thought this is going to be a good day. but we came in and slowed things down pretty quick on us, but we hung in there.
You guys get another quality start out of Ethan Stenger. Went 5 innings for you today, and has really come on and impressed as a rookie. But you know, you've been in this league a long time. What is that like for you as a reliever when the starter comes on and does what Ethan Stenger does, and then all of a sudden Chris Meza hands you the baseball and says, you know, go preserve that?
Well, I knew I was going to be the bridge between Stinger and Bortz. So mainly just throw strikes and let our defense do their job. So was able to do that pretty well, although we got out of it on a double play where I don't remember the hitter, but he hit it on the screws right at Jacob Wright, and he put a throw right on home plate to get the out. So that's a pretty good feeling as a pitcher.
You had a front row seat to perhaps the play of the game. That play at the plate where Chris Meza, you know, reached across and made a great tag, and you know, we even went back and looked at it on the replay and absolutely got him. It was the right call and the right play.
It was a great baseball play. It really was.
So Todd, you know, like I said, you've been around, you know, from day one. You know, what is it? You're the second oldest player in the league this season. So let's talk about that. You know, what does it mean to you to be able to hang on and continue to get drafted and just continue to keep playing ball out here?
Well, every year, all 8 of them have been unique and special. You know, it always hits me during the national anthem just to stand out there and say, you know, God's good, to have my health and to be able to play, to hang in, to contribute. That's a lot of fun for me. My family's here. My parents are in their early 80s. It's pretty cool to be 52 and have your parents still coming to your ball games. It's really cool.
Have one of the more unique experience. You know, a lot of guys get, you know, this new existence of, you know, they have a spouse watch them play baseball, and they've never had that happen in their life. But for a lot of guys, it's like, oh, it's cool that my parents still get to watch me play. But you have also the unique perspective of once in a while your adult children tune in and watch you play.
Yeah, it's generational for sure. So it's really cool to look up in the stands and see them sitting there.
Well, Todd, I know the oldest guy who's ever played out here was 61, so you can do it, though. You've got 9 years to go, and that's all you have to do.
You know, I don't know if I can hang in like Dane did. I'll definitely try. It's the challenge of keeping in shape physically, and again, as long as I can contribute, I'll feel good about being out here.
Well, let's get into that a little bit, because you know that's actually a reputation you kind of have behind the scenes as being. You know, you're inspirational in that you show some of these younger guys what happens when you take care of your body as you age. So, I mean, what is the secret? Just eating good and living well?
Well, you know, I hope that's the case. My dad is 80 years old, and he can outwork a lot of people half his age. So it's just a lot of genetics, and I have realized that, you know, it gets tough after you hit 35, and you just got to get up every morning and do something. So I like doing that. And you know, I'm either running or biking or doing something like that just to keep things moving.
And I mean, you say, oh yeah, you know, I go running, but like you've done some stuff like, you know, marathons, half marathons, and some pretty serious stuff.
Yeah, I like to put my mileage in before I go to work and have that out of the way and kind of get the endorphins going to carry you through the day.
So we've talked about the big play already. Let's bring in your battery mate here, Chris Mesa. Todd had a front row seat to that spectacular that tag out at the bench. Took the throw from Jacob Wright in right field, and then came all the way cross body to get the tag. Chris Mesa. I mean, first of all, that's one of the absolute gutsiest performances I've seen out here in a long time. I mean, how are you feeling? You look like you got run over by a train.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I was joking with Skylar Henson at the end there. I was like, dude, I can't feel my legs. Like, just throw the ball. Like, just throw it. I'm just gonna stand here. Like, my legs felt like Jello standing in the box, even against Devin, like Raswell. I was like, man, I'm just swinging all arms right here. But I mean, it's one of those things. Like, it's a team effort, you know. Like, I mean, I love these guys, and if that's what it took for us to win a ball game, I guess that's what I got to do. You know, I hope everything's going good with Cole and Georgia. But I mean, I just decided to, you know, it's something I've done for years and years and years. I was like, you know, I have enough confidence in myself to get back there and get it done. I hope Todd and the guys thought it was okay, but
absolutely,
hey, we did what we did. We got it done. That's all that mattered.
Well, Todd has not complained. You know, Chris, you know, we talked a little bit about this going in. You know, we knew the Locos were going to be shorthanded today, but I don't think anyone on the roster has any business questioning your commitment after a game like that. That was the case of a guy who absolutely was willing to do whatever it was going to take, and you guys get a nice win today.
Yeah, don't be surprised, guys, if I don't play next week. My legs. It might take me 2 weeks to figure this out with my legs.
I see. Well, hey, let's just talk really briefly about the three-man relay you set up today. You get another quality start out of Ethan Stenger, who was, thankfully for you, pounding the strike zone pretty well. And then, you know, Todd Tolbert came in and did his thing. You make one nice play to bail him out, and then John Bortz struck out the side there in the 8th, and then hung on right at the end.
Yeah, I think I know everyone was doing well. I think Ethan was a little upset with himself about that one inning we had. He fell behind a couple guys and left the fastball over the middle for JP. But we answered, you know, 3 runs after that, you know, and you know, David got me pretty good on his slide. I got some road rash on my elbow here. He was up 2-0, and I mean, we all kind of knew it. He was getting the fastball, and he took his swing, and which is fine. You know, we have that lead there. And then Bortzy comes in and just kind of finishes it up, and get set there, the slider on the end.
So you guys, after starting off 0-2, you're now 2-2. I'm sure 2-2 feels a lot better than 1-3, just psychologically speaking. But you know, what does that say? And I'll ask this to both of you, to just be able to come out and prove to yourself that you're capable of winning a close ball game when it matters, as you did today.
Yeah, I think the whole group in general, like, we have fun in the dugout. I mean, Todd can tell you, like, we just, like, we're a good group of guys. We really like each other. We have a lot of fun in the dugout. I think we had one game where we didn't do very well, but I feel like the first game that we lost it late, and now we're on the other end of the coin with this close ball game, and I think it's just going to lead us into some more success. I think it's just about playing and getting guys into a groove at the end of the day. And I think that these 2 W's here are just going to keep us in a groove. I was really worried, honestly, about having the week off, because I hate Labor Day. I mean, you know, I like everyone being able to celebrate.
Don't hate the concept of Labor Day. Just hate being 2 weeks away from baseball.
Yes,
hey, dude, I respect that a ton. Trust me.
So, like, I was a little worried about, you know, just the getting back into the thing after having 2 weeks off, because us being the ages that we are, you know, you take a couple weeks off and you never know. I mean, not Todd though. Like,
say, don't talk about aging to Todd.
Todd is on another level. But yeah, I think that's it.
So Todd, yeah, I know you hate having a week off. So good news for you guys is you get to play every week from here on out.
Yeah, that's right. No, I could tell with this team, first week and even at the Jamboree that we were. I mean, the pitching's good and we're still getting better. I'm pretty excited about this season with the Locos.
Well, next week does not get any easier. You do get to play in prime time, so maybe it'll be a little bit cooler 6 o'clock tilt against Brock Chaffin's Springfield Metropolitan. So get a chance to take a look at them a little bit later on today. Until then, we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Thanks, Rance. Appreciate it.
Todd Tolbert, Chris Mesa, the Republic Locos, victors today 6-5. They hang on and defeat the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Always good to hear from the Cheese Man and the Todd Father. We will go ahead and shut down this stream. Stick with the channel. Hit that refresh button here in just a couple of minutes. We have a 3:05 first pitch scheduled between the Branson Showmen and the Moon City Mavericks. For our director, Derek Saiko, my name's Rance Berger. Good afternoon from Ozark, Missouri.